We made it to September and week 4 of the fall season. Let's talk all things Indian Hill Braves with AD Brian Phelps. Brian, how we doing this morning?
Doing great, Rob. Thanks for having me.
How about these Saturday or weekend temperatures this morning or this week? Man, it's been
It,
great, haven't they?
it's been amazing. I had some friends from Texas in town to see some sporting events, and I told them I promise it has been hot as heck around here, and this week has been pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, it's been like October, quite frankly. It's been great. Well, let's jump right into it. How about cross country? Let's see. They are last week at the Mason Invitational, and then this weekend traveling over to North Bend Road for the St. Xavier Invitational. Let's give the fans an update on boys and girls cross country, Brian.
Yeah, boys finished in third place in Division II at the Mason Invitational. That was a great showing for them. We had some top runners in the meet. James McGrath won the meet, and Harry Hong was third, and we had James O'Driscoll perform pretty well for the on the boys' side as well. And our girls finished sixth with a couple nice runs by Claire Wilkes and Ella Grant, both being in the top 20. So yeah, they'll be excited to head over to St. X this weekend and participate in their invitational.
Yeah, and that's a man. There's a lot of schools that attend that, and everything's run right there on campus, and it's it's a great invitational. Hopefully, the weather will cooperate, and I hope everybody has a good run over at St. Xavier.
Yep, should be great.
Let's switch over to field hockey. Let's see. Well, they're on a roll. Looks like 4-0. Let's see. They have hosting Summit Country Day on Tuesday, and then also Dublin Kaufman on Saturday. Two home matches this week. Let's get the fans up to date with field hockey.
Yeah, field hockey's had a great start, as you mentioned, 4-0. We have a really nice group of kids that are doing great for us. And I really think we're starting to see some of the benefits. A few years ago, we started a middle school program, which we'd never had before. So we're now getting freshmen and sophomores that can contribute at the varsity level because they have a couple years of experience. So I think that's been great for us. Our numbers are great. We're in the 30s, so we have a full JV team and varsity team. And as you know, having not only a middle school team, as I mentioned, but a consistent JV team only helps your program. When we
Sure.
host Summit tomorrow, it will also be youth night, so it'll be great to have a nice crowd as we play a friendly rival in Summit tomorrow night. But really proud of the coaches and the girls to their hot start, and hope to see a lot more wins here in the next few weeks.
Brian, how similar is field hockey to lacrosse? Is it, I know it's a stick sport, and girls lacrosse is more controlled than boys. There's a lot more stopping and starting. Is field hockey similar in its design in Ohio?
Yeah, it is. I think a lot of our lacrosse kids that aren't soccer kids play field hockey. Um, I know it sounds kind of goofy. Besides ice hockey, which there's some similarities. I think it's a lot like basketball. A little bit of basketball and soccer, and then obviously you mentioned girls lacrosse, but how you play defense, so it really is a neat game. I have two of my three daughters that play, so I've learned the rules in the game a lot more over the last 6 or 7 years, and
Uh-huh.
it's a game that at least in Cincinnati, kids can pick up later in life, meaning that freshman year, seventh, eighth grade year, because there's not a lot of opportunities when they're super young, like soccer, for instance. So it's a great sport for us. Actually, continues to grow here at Indian Hill, and we've had some success in the last few years as well. So it's been a lot of fun.
Great. Well, if you want to come out and if you're curious about seeing high school field hockey, come out to Tomahawk Stadium on Tuesday or Saturday this week, 6 p.m. and 3:30 p.m., and check out the Braves and root them on and see a great high school sport. Let's go over to the gridiron. The Braves traveled west to Harrison on Friday to a tough Harrison Wildcats team. And like the score really isn't an indication on how the game was really close through three quarters, and the Braves hung tough. 49-19 was the final, but I think a good test for the Braves as they start CHL action this Friday.
Yeah, we're excited to get into league play. Um, what I like about last Friday's game is Harrison hit us in the mouth a little bit, and we responded. As you mentioned, the game was a lot closer than the score. I think we found out a lot of things Friday night. I think that's the kind of game that prepares us deep into the playoffs, hopefully. You know, big, strong, physical team. A lot of credit to Harrison. They're good. But as I mentioned, we're excited to get over to Marymount this Friday, get in the league play. I think we have a lot of confidence that, you know, as long as we stay mostly healthy, that we have the chance to have a lot of success in the league. So week 1 starts this Friday.
Yeah, at Marymount, always a tough rival for the Braves, and hopefully the weather holds, and it'll be a great week 1 for the CHL for the Braves as they travel to Kusel Stadium. So good luck to the football team. Let's go to the links and talk boys and girls golf.
Yeah, it's nice to have a full girls golf team this year. They have been getting in invitationals and having duels and tries. And what I'm most excited about the girls program is we have some middle schoolers that are interested, that are girls, and we have everybody back at the high school level. So this year should really be a springboard into the future for girls golf. So excited to be able to get that program off and running, and we've had some nice results both individually and team hanging, you know, in there with some other teams. So that's been great. Boys golf is kind of similar. I feel like the last couple of years we've been in a bit of a rebuild. Golf is typically one of our strongest programs here at Indian Hill. Been down a little bit the last couple of years, but a lot of kids in the program making a lot of steps forward. We're looking forward to the CHL and the tournament. And like I said, with the girls, really springboarding some of the success we've had this year into next year and the future. So I think a lot of good things to come for both boys and girls golf.
Yeah, good luck to both teams as they get close to tournament and into tournament play. Let's go to the pitch. Excuse me. Start with boys soccer. 6-0-1 on the season so far. Travel to always tough Madeira on Tuesday, and then host Bay High School on Saturday. Is that a Toledo area school?
And we're actually going to Bay, so it's
Okay.
at Madeira and at Bay. So it'll be a nice long bus ride. Bay continues to be one of the top teams in the state. We
Great.
are really excited about our guys. We are, you know, we lost some nice seniors last year. Knew we were returning some, but I think we had 7 kids make their first varsity starts this year.
Wow.
You mentioned 6-0-1. We hosted Penn Charter out of Philadelphia this past weekend, who is a really top team. That's our tie, 2-2 draw with them. Just a good physical, even game. Really excited about our boys team. They have a chance to really do well this year. You mentioned Madeira. That's always a fun league rival. We'll head to them here on Tuesday, and that should be fun. So our boys, I think they can go as far as they can stay healthy. On the girls' side, again, hosted Penn Charter out of Philadelphia, 3-0 loss, but that was a really good team. Our girls are so much more improved from last year. Excited for them. We will host Madeira on Wednesday. That will also be our youth night, and we have one of our seniors hosting an event, Kicking Cancer. So Kicking Cancer to the Curb, I think is the title. So there'll be some donation type of opportunities, raising money for a great cause. So to combine youth night and a great cause like that should be a great night here at Shawnee Field on Wednesday as our girls host the Madeira Amazons.
Yeah, that sounds great. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, how does a match uh, with a Penn charter school come about mid-school year like that? How do you guys meet at a conference somewhere, or do the coaches know each other? How does something like that come together, Brian? If you don't
Yeah,
mind me asking.
this was a little different. Greg Dennis, the athletic director at Summit Country Day, is from Philadelphia and has been traveling to Penn Charter for the last handful of years. He talked them into coming this way, and he wanted to find another quality opponent for them. So we played them on Saturday, and their boys and girls played them on Sunday. So,
Oh, great.
we grilled hamburgers. We tried to make it a special event, give the teams free food after the game. I think they had a good time here at Indian Hill, and I know Summit treated them well Saturday night, and they had two good games that Penn Charter won on Sunday.
Well, that's great. Everybody got better from that experience then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Let's good luck to the soccer teams as they progress this week. Let's go to the hard court and talk girls tennis. Let's see this week. Let's see. This looks like the team tournament is underway. Looks like Alter on Tuesday, and traveling to Always Tough Bexley on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. Our girls tennis program continues to be really good. We took two close losses up in Columbus this past weekend. A couple, bigger schools, the Division I schools. Our coach continues to find a way to play the best tennis programs in the state of Ohio, whether they're Division I or II. You mentioned the OTCA, the Ohio Tennis Coaches Association team state tournament starts here against Alter tomorrow. And then we'll travel back to Columbus this weekend to play a couple really tough matches again. So, as I mentioned, our girls tennis team and boys who play in the spring, obviously, find about the toughest schedule possible. And I think that gears them up to make a nice state tournament run at the end of the season.
Yeah, best of luck to them. That's for sure. It's got to be the toughest strength of schedule, girls tennis schedule in Cincinnati, hands down. It just
I would agree. I would agree. And then our volleyball team, excited about them. They have a nice core of returners. Feel like we win a game, lose a game. They kind of hover around that 500 mark. Played Fairfield and Monroe this past weekend. Some close matches. I think those kind of matches just continue to get us better for league play and
Sure.
making our own, hopefully, run in the tournament. But I see that being that kind of a year. We have a new coaching staff. I think they're doing great. We're going to have some ups and downs, but as I mentioned earlier, I think this year is really going to be a great catapult springboard into the future for our volleyball program. Like I mentioned, some quality coaches. We have some great kids in the program. So just continue to see success from here on out.
And if any of the Indian Hill fans want to catch them at school, they will be hosting Wyoming this Thursday at 6:30. And I know that's always a back and forth match. So that, come out and support the Braves against the Cowboys Thursday, 6:30 at the Indian Hill High School gym. And best of luck to them, Brian.
Thank you.
Let's see. I think that's all we have. Have a great week. Best of luck to all the Braves this week, and we'll touch base next week.
That sounds great. Thanks, Rob. See you soon.
Have a good week. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it.